Well, we can move on from high school. Were any rivalries that you say like that were big to you, that players in high school? Like I know from afar, I would say like I knew it's small rivalry. Everybody they know about this shit in the city. You and Julian, because that from us like I don't know if you know, but we was getting hype about that one like that. Like you be playing Chris Juju, like it's time. Come on, you gotta show. You gotta show. Like, you just left Tech too. You already know all how that go. You go to play your old school. And
that was
plus
probably,
you the guard, Corey Lucius. That was like. The only one who I said like y'all two was like that's.
I don't think I ever had a rival with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think, that was more of a thing with Juju wanting to prove that he was as good as he felt he was. You know, I didn't ever compare us and like I was always trying to be the best I could be. I would never compare myself to other people. Like I didn't have a rivalry with nobody. I always wanted to play against Corey. He was off doing camps. He never really played when I played against DCA. It was never a rivalry with anybody.
I was just me and my pops just getting you hyped, no disrespect.
But that was for a game like Custard because your pops. So that was probably the only rivalry I had then because as a junior, so as a freshman, me and Juju played together, and we played in that same varsity game together. We got them together. And as a sophomore, I played varsity, he played JV, and I think that's when he decided like he would go to Custer. And so as a junior, would be our first time playing against each other.
I just thought we was recruiting too.
Yeah, and it was we played at Tech. And then I got in trouble. I was late for shoot around, so I couldn't play the first quarter. And so when Juju got it, he was like, "Come on, man, where you at? Like he ready for me. He was ready for me." So I'm like, I'm being in the second quarter, right?
I remember my pops didn't let me go to that game. Keep going though. So I remember that.
I get in second quarter. I just I was killing. I was going crazy. And so that's the 2 times my coach let me go, he let me go against Custer. So I don't know if he had a rivalry against Julian, like the coach had a rivalry, the coach, or he had a rivalry with Mark. Yeah. But it was he did something different with me for Custer because I'm looking at him.
Your coach don't usually.
I just go score. I'm scoring like 3 times in a row. I look at him like, "So what you want me to run?" He was like, "Go." He was like, "Go." I'm like, so I just like go. I went and got a bucket, maybe got an and one or something. Yeah. Come down again, and they play like, "What you want?" He's like, "Keep going." And he was so mad. He was like, "Keep going."
I remember that my pops was pissed. Like, this nigga didn't even play the first quarter. This nigga come in and kill. That's what he is.
So it's all going on. I think Cal Rayford was on that bench too.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's so hot, like Julian, because usually Julian was talking, and he ended up getting some fouls, so he had to come sit down. He was in foul trouble. So now I started talking. I'm like, "Oh, this too easy." I go over to the bench while my team on the fridge. Like, "Oh, this too easy." Put him back in. I want some more. And I said, "Who else wants some? Who else wants some?" So like, who you else gonna put on? So Mark like, "You ain't even that nice." I asked what he said. You ain't even that nice. You just had a good first. I remember I was talking so much, and my dad is on the opposite side, like yelling, like, "Chris, shut up. Chris, stop," because he wanted me to be that, standing up there.
It don't look good.
And so I was like, I was feeling myself, and my coach let me go, and they was talking. So he ended up cussing out Julian, and then he put somebody else on me. Still feeling. And then so he like, "You ain't even that nice." And so Cal was sitting next to him, and I looked at Cal. He was like, "You is nice."
Cal gonna keep on. I already know.
And then that's what I was turned up.
So maybe not all American.
Shout out Cal, man. Shout out Cal. Right.
So he went to Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas ball there.
Yeah. So what I was saying. Oh yeah, with that game. So I didn't play the first quarter, and I came out early in the fourth, but I ended up with like 28. And the reason I remember my coach took me out because I remember they like just get him out the game, like they was trying to hurt me, So it got a little dirty. So like I was strong too. I played football. Somebody tried to like pull me down when I was like too strong. Maybe got an and one. Yeah. And then like that was making him more mad. And my coach like took me out. Like they may try to hurt you, so come out. And I ended up having 28. I didn't play like most of the fourth quarter first. Then we won. And then that was my most I scored. So every year. The most I ever scored was on Custer.
Dropping them off.
As a sophomore, we played at Custer. I had 15. I had just had that's when I first. I had a senior girlfriend, so I had all the senior, the 06 chicks. I had all the 06 chicks, And as a junior, we played back at Texas. I had 28. That's when the first would coach me. I seen her not too long ago. She was like, I used you as get back.
Yeah, petty.
So she was using me to get back at Julian. And so that's what maybe sparked the rivalry up too. It wasn't nothing personal with me and him like that.
Well, high school stuff, it's funny now, shit, over nothing.
Well, how long so you went from Upper, right? You had that baby rivalry.
Yeah, I hit the game winner when everybody rushed on the court. I hit the game winner.
Where at that fight?
The basketball on YouTube.
I didn't want to ask about that one.
Yeah, that's when you had to watch on.
Yeah, that's when they would stop letting motherfuckers in games for a minute and shit. But yeah, I remember
the fight.
Yeah, and it was crazy because that's probably the best game. Like a high school game I played in, literally.
That's they playing against dogs. Him, Shane, Dwight. I know that was crazy.
They just called him the three-headed monster. Shane, Dwight, and Johnny Lacey.
Yeah. John, that's who it was. I forget.
They had 90 together.
Yeah, I believe it. All jump buckets, nice.
And that game was so intense. It was like a college game. It was no more than 4 points either way. No, the whole game.
Yeah.
Every bucket counted. Every bucket, they crowd going crazy. Yeah. Got 2 steals at the end of the game. Got a steal, and I got an assist, and I got a steal, and I got an and one. And so I got an and one and made the free throw with 3 seconds left. They caught it and missed at the buzzer. Everybody ran on the court.
Then that shit just went,
And
that's how shit serious used to be.
It was Babe U fighting Babe U, though. They made it seem like it was the rivalry.
Yeah, it wasn't
people see each other from school. They see each other at the game. They fight it from that,
Yeah, some petty. That's how shit usually be still.
High school was good, though, man.
Right. That's what's happening. That's what's good. That's what's happening. That's what's good. I remember all them stories from afar. Young as hell out there.
Both of y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He saw you AAU version. I was there watching from afar with Custard, saw a little bit. So that was good. But coming out of high school, you I don't know. I might be wrong, but you picked Howard right away, right?
Yeah, not right away. I signed on the way to graduation. I think we graduated June 2nd.
That's what I was going to ask.
That was the only offer I had on the table. So at the time that was going on, I was going through a battle with ACT. They was questioning my score. I took the ACT. They questioned it. They basically said I cheated or whatever. And so I knew that they were going to take the score away because of the evidence that they had against me. So I'm just going to sign to whatever school I got right now, whatever school I had right then. It was Howard. I had some interest from some schools, but it was the only offer that was on the table. Only Division I, I had some D2 offers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Miami or Bahia?
So I went to Miami High.
You jumping on
he said Howard.
Yeah, that's when he started. So he tried to get there, and so you eventually you could play right away. So the ACT was a problem to play right
so
away?
It was a problem.
Okay.
And I still ended up playing. So I took it first. The first time I took the ACT, I got a 14. Took it again. Figured the system. Okay. Glitch in the matrix. I got a 21. You know what I'm saying?
You should have showed me that glitch, man. I needed you, dog.
I showed my guy. I showed 2 of my guys. One of them got a 29 and one of them got a 33.
You figured something out.
You gotta tell me that shit.
And so what happened was they recognized the jump in my score. They basically you can't get that smart that fast. So they analyzed what went on. Boom, I get in the jam. So I'm I gotta take it again. So I took it again, got a 15. And due to me taking it again in a sliding scale, I had a good GPA. My CUM was a 3.2 in high school.
Yeah, that helped you out then.
If I wouldn't have took it again, I wouldn't have even made.
All you needed was a 15 then.
All I needed was a 15. I wouldn't even, and it's crazy because I wasn't gonna go take it again. I was supposed to go to an abortion at the time. I'm putting a lot on right now.
Hey, we all been through.
I was supposed to go to an abortion.
Alright.
So I'm you know what? Forget that. Cause she you don't come to the abortion, I ain't gonna get it. I'm scared I'm thinking my career over. I don't want to do it. Mind you, I paid money to have an abortion. Come to find out she wasn't really pregnant. And so, if I would have went to the fake abortion, I wouldn't have been eligible to play in college. Because I was at Howard, ACT reached out to the school, he's suspended. He can't go to class, he can't do anything with the team. his investigation, his clearinghouse.
It's all after, so yeah, you got it done right.
I'm
in
in
that
school,
shit done right there.
Yeah, I'm in college.
Yeah.
They told me that I can't practice this week. I gotta stop going to class and everything. And so, stopped going to class. It all went through. When they took the 21 away, they saw that I had a 15. The 15 qualified me, so they reinstated me to play.
Cool.
And so that was why I brought up that, I got blessed with twins, and one is for the one that I would have killed if she really would have been pregnant, and the one for the action that I did to get her pregnant to have a twin. So, that's why I feel like my twins are blessed. So I just had them who was talking about it on the way in.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's the ACT.
I understand
with Howard. So at Howard, and I think everything's karma. It's everything you attract, everything to your life. So I ended up not even playing. I only played 8 games at Howard. No, 9 games. I think it was 9 games. I only played 9 games due to my academics.
So just where'd you NL or what do you mean?
I was in L. So according to Howard standards, NCAA said you got to have a 2.3. I had over 2. I was eligible NCAA. Howard said you got to have a 2.5. So Howard, despite me leading them to their biggest win in school history, my first game ever playing, we upset Oregon State. Despite me breaking the freshman scoring record off the bench, 29, most points ever scored by a freshman off the bench. And that's that foul trouble we talked about. Guy got 2 fouls, and I got in the game early. And I just make my shots. I wasn't aggressive. I just make my shots. So despite that, and despite me being 1 for 1 on Player of the Week in the conference, they didn't allow me to play. And overpass it. And
go by the books.
I respect it in a sense because I shouldn't have been aiming for the lowest. And I blame the university too for not doing what you should have been doing for your athletes, and that's why I don't admonish athletes. And I got on the colors, I'm not for HBCUs for athletes.
Oh yeah.
Because we were priorities, and why I understand you want to have your prestigious university, but why is your standards higher than NCAA's requirements? Yeah, that's you want to do that, but you're not a winning program. So who are you to put your standards high when that's like her being a 5 and she's saying you got to be this, and that, and you're not even a woman that's desirable to look at. You know what I'm saying? So I felt the kind of way about Howard.
Makes sense.
But I can't blame anybody. All I can do is man up and learn from my mistakes, But yeah, through those 9 games, I did a lot in that 9 games, more than some guys may have did in their whole career. And I think that's the karma I get for not doing what I was supposed to be doing as an athlete, as a person, as a man. You know what I mean? But yeah, Howard I loved it as the school, the environment, the play. I played, I broke records, I did. I could only imagine what I would have did if I would have, stuck it out and went there.
That's what I was going to ask. There's so many words I want to go with that, not to cut you off. Yeah, what was your frustration? Is that why you transferred? And also, when did you come to realize, when did you come think that way about the schools, about HBCUs, or just about in general?
I started to feel like that while I was there. So, they big on the step shows and the fashion shows and all that. And there's been times where I'm needing to get in the gym and they got stuff going on for the Howard stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not
so it's like,
sports.
why aren't y'all prioritizing the sports? The weight room wasn't, they wasn't putting they had, the funding was up there with LSU.
Just what they putting money into.
Y'all not putting money into the athletics. We was wearing Russell.
I remember.
You know what I'm saying? I had a Russell jersey. You know what I mean? So we wasn't a sponsor team. Where's the money going? It's not going to these athletes. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said, why would athletes go there? And then my reason for leaving was I was becoming a serious athlete. I learned that the Clippers had me on their draft board in those 9 games. I met a scout and he remembered me from Howard and he was giving me that rundown. I remember, yeah, we had you on our draft. I was scouting for the Clippers. I remember you. He talked about it and to think that I was saying I ain't no hooper, I'm a gangster at that time in my life showed me how lost I was. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I started to get serious about ball, when people asking me, like the football team, like, bro, why you come here? Like, I didn't know anything about high major, low major. I didn't know about none of that. They like, bro, you should have went to Duke. I'm like, you think I'm good enough to go to Duke?
You didn't
like,
even know it yourself.
Yeah, like,
so you didn't even know how good you was
I did.
back then. I didn't know that from afar.
Yeah,
So I always thought you from afar. I thought you had like a, you basketball wise, like I always thought you was the shit.